Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. We are going to solve this problem. I will read this problem slowly and carefully. Problem 41. For wires and thin rods of constant density shaped like circular arcs centered at the origin and symmetric about y-axis. The y-coordinate of the center of mass is calculated like this. So this is wire. S is arc length of this wire. From A, this blue line is wire. Alpha is the angle. A is radius. Cm is center of mass. H is distance between chord from chord AB to arc S. H is the distance. Cm is center of mass. D is length from chord AB to center of mass. We will evaluate center of mass. Then we compute ratio d over h. Solving this equation is very simple. The real problem is this part. When alpha, the angle approaches 0, when alpha approaches 0, this function approaches 2 over 3, 2/3. This problem is very challenging for most people, but if you watch through this video, you will have confidence in yourself. Having confidence is the key to your success in mathematics and advanced engineering. Solving problem 41 is very simple. Really, really simple. If you watch it from this channel, math is an art requiring ultimate creativity. Or episode 11, Center of Mass over Wire, Playing Curve. If you watched this video, solving this problem is just piece of cake. In our previous episode, we learned y bar equals length y ds. But to solve this formula, we need to understand one thing more. This is coordinate system. This is unit length 1. This is angle alpha. Then this is pi over 2 minus alpha. Cosine phi over 2 minus alpha is cosine pi over 2 alpha is this length. But we can compute this length using sine alpha equals sine alpha. This is height. Sine pi over 2 minus alpha sine pi over 2 minus alpha is h. This h can be computed. Cosine alpha equals cosine alpha. We have to memorize these identities. So alpha plus beta equals pi over 2 cosine alpha can be sine pi over 2 minus alpha. Also sine alpha equals cosine pi over 2 minus alpha. We have to memorize these set as well as these. With such information, this is alpha. So this is pi over 2 minus alpha. We are integrating like this. This is phi over 2. This arc is symmetric with respect to y-axis. That means y bar can be half length over lower limit. This is lower limit. Phi over 2 minus alpha. Upper limit is pi over 2. this angle. Phi over 2. In this equation, y r d theta ds can be r d theta or 1 y prime square dx or 1 over y prime square plus 1 dy. I explained these things in our previous video. So if you miss my video, you may have difficulties following my future sessions. Now we need y. This is r. In this case, a. We can compute this height or this height. This height can be computed using sine. It can be sine theta. This represents y. We need r theta. R is a. So a d theta. This is ds. Then I will say mx, moment with respect to x-axis is, I will use this color, pi over 2 minus alpha sine theta. We need a d theta. Then we can say a minus cosine theta 2 pi over 2 pi minus alpha. Then a minus cosine 2 pi minus cosine this lower limit pi over 2 minus alpha. We need to compute this. Then a, this is 0 because graph pi 2 pi 0 1. We have to memorize this graph cosine x. This is pi over 2 0. So this is 0 minus plus cosine pi over 2 minus alpha. We learned cosine pi over 2 minus alpha equals sine alpha. So it becomes a sine alpha. I think I made mistake. Here y is a sine alpha. I missed this one, so I have to put a. Then a, it is a square. I made a mistake. Then a square, it should be a square. I made a simple mistake. Now we need to compute length. Length is very simple. Pi over 2 minus alpha r d theta. This r is a. So a theta, I would say like this. Pi over 2 minus alpha. Then a 2 pi over 2 minus pi over 2 minus alpha. Then a phi cancels out, minus alpha or a alpha. So we computed length. It's very simple. We also computed moment with respect to x-axis is this. Copy, paste. Okay, this is our result. Don't forget y bar length over mx. Then a alpha over this. Copy, paste. Then a cancel. We have a sine alpha over alpha. We have this result, y bar. If we scroll up, this is what we want. I will delete a little bit. Now observe this result. I will remove L equals R theta. Here L is arc length S. So S equals R. R is A. Theta is 2 alpha. Please observe this diagram carefully. C is this length. So this length is C over 2, half of C. So sine alpha equals half C over A or 2A over C is sine alpha. Please watch it carefully. From this equation, y bar equals A over alpha sine alpha. Then A over alpha C over 2A. I will move it down. We computed alpha 2a와 2a alpha is s. So alpha 2a is s. a c over s. We derived this relation. I will solve this part in my next episode.